Hi, my friends. I am so sad to miss you right now, but we are going to read a story like we were if we were at school. And I even have a rocking chair at home, and I thought it would be such a great idea to sit and read to you from our rocking chair, just like we do at school. So today's Monday, March 16th, and when I look out my window, it is sunny and cold today. So I want you to talk to your grown-ups about what you think the weather is like today, because that's what we do every morning at school. And our number of the day today would have been 126. So you know what to do and talk to your grown-ups about what we do for the number of the day to get to 126 days. So I'm going to read you a really awesome story that's one of my favorites. It's Giraffes Can't Dance, and it is shows us a message, and I want you to be thinking about the genre of this story as I'm reading it. If I just look at the front page, I can probably tell it's not going to be nonfiction, but so I want you to think about what genre it might be as I read. I'm going to make a prediction about this story by looking at the front cover. I predict that this giraffe probably is going to dance. Even though the title says can't, I see the giraffe doing a silly move here, so he must be going to dance. So we're going to read this together, and I chose this book because I know how much you all love to dance. So we're going to read this, and I want you to listen with your grown-ups as I'm reading it with you. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots of trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Sometimes, just like giraffes, we try to do things and we have challenges that we need to work through, and a challenge for him is that he buckled at the knees, which means his knees got stuck. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. So see, that looks like they're having a jungle dance. And he was feeling sad. I want you to talk to your grown-up now. Why do you think he was feeling sad? What did Miss Carmody just read that would make you think that he was feeling sad? That's an emotion that you might be feeling right now. But I know that you have grown-ups there with you to make you feel super safe, just like Gerald will. The warthog started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. The chimps did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," all the animals sneered. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird." That's not a green choice that they're making. That's not kind. Poor Gerald. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Poor Gerald. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song." The cricket might have something smart to say. "Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is the branches and the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. So now our character, I think, is feeling happy. With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing around. Our character feels hopeful now. That's changed from the beginning of our story. He threw his legs out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leaped up in the air. My goodness. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I am dancing. Yes, I am dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Then one by one each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." How did you learn to dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. We all can dance, he said, when we find music that we love. The end. I hope you liked that story. It's one of my all-time favorites. I am sending you all so much love. I want you to think today, if you have a piece of paper, I want you to write about, have you ever had to go through something that was hard for you? And tell me how you got through it. Maybe if you keep a journal every day while we're off from school, we can share it out when we come back together. I miss you so much, and I can't wait to see you. And we'll be together soon. We're all going to be okay because we're a team, and that's what teams do. And I'm so lucky. This is the shirt I was going to wear yet tomorrow on St. Patrick's Day. It says, luckiest teacher ever, because that's what I am. So I love you all so much. And I'll see you soon. Thanks so much, grown-ups. I'm here if you need anything at all.